What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with not one of the decks from the poll. For those of you who are just thinking, what the hell is he talking about? I put up a poll on the channel a short time ago, and that is really the key to this problem. It was a short time ago, so thanks to all of you who have already cast your votes. We're sitting on like 20 something votes, but out of like close to 1,000 subscribers, I would like a few more people to cast their votes in the poll, so that I really get a sense of what you guys are into and what you'd like to see next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that poll up for at least another 2 days. If you're watching this, please go cast your vote. You will find the poll in the community tab of my channel. It'll also come up on your feed if you follow me. If you're not already following me, what are you doing? Give me a subscribe. We're rapidly approaching the 1K mark, at which point there's a big giveaway. So subscribe. But because of that, I'm not going to play any of those that I put up, and I promise you, they're all ready. To be honest, the Rakdos ones are like the one that is actually winning in the polls right now. You see, there's still two versions. I'm still trying to I'm still working on it a little bit, and the Sultai one is like just behind on the polls. So I'm kind of hoping one of the two wins, but all three of these are ready to rumble. But for tonight, we're going to be looking at mono white midrange. And I'll go, oh yeah, another mono white midrange deck. We've seen them all before, Lone Fox. What are you doing? Trust me, this is not your average mono white midrange deck. So, without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew, simply called the Eternal Mender. I do have to give some credit where credit is due. Roberto, if you're watching this, thank you. Loyal subscriber and MTG friend gave me this idea, and he himself snagged some bits and pieces of this from a Japanese streamer called Nakamura, I believe his name is. I do not follow him myself, so that's why I had to go and get this idea from my friend. Basically, we're not playing any sweepers in your mono white midrange deck other than just a sneaky one of Farewell. But there's a total of 4, 8, 12, 16 2-drops. And, believe it or not, only 21 lands, even though we have a bunch of 6-drops. You go, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, well, I also thought so until I started playing with the deck. Of course, I had to make some of my own BrewLabifications. It's not cookie cutter the way that I saw it. I've added and changed and adjusted numbers and things like that. But the core new tech is the addition of the Circuit Mender. Hence the name of the deck and the deck box. The Circuit Mender seems pretty ridiculous, like unassuming, pretty stupid, like uncommon artifact that saw almost no play from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, but actually in the shell it makes a hell of a load of sense, and I hope to prove that to you by the end of this video. So when it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. When it leaves the battlefield, draw a card. Note it says leaves the battlefield. That means it can be exiled, and you'll still draw the card, even if even if they hit you with a Farewell or a -2 of the Wandering Emperor or whatever other exile effect, you're still drawing that card, which is great. It also is the artifact of choice. Usually this deck would run like some Bankbusters, so that you can turn on your Roadside Reliquary. In this case, it's the Circuit Mender that is going to be the artifact, alongside all of our other enchantments, of which there are many in white, of course, that are going to help us draw 2 cards instead of the one with the Roadside Reliquary, which is quite nice. But the important takeaway here is that when it's run alongside the Eternal Wanderer, which is the new Planeswalker from Kamigawa, oh my god, New Phyrexia, its +1 says that you can exile up to 1 target artifact or creature, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of that player's next end step. So you're exiling it, right? So it's leaving the battlefield. So you get to draw a card. Oftentimes I'm like looping this thing. I'll like play it, gain 2 life, exile it with the Eternal Wanderer, leaves the battlefield, draw a card, end step, re-enters the battlefield, gain 2 life. Next turn you just do it again, do it again, do it again. It's phenomenal. But that isn't the only cool thing that we can be doing with the Eternal Wanderer. I've sort of built the deck around this card, and that is why there's 3 of, even though it's at the very, very top end. You can exile your Spirited Companion. You can exile your Ambitious Farmhand. You can exile your Loran of the Third Path. And all of these will, and of course the Circuit Mender. So all of these, when they re-enter, have pretty cool ETBs. You know, you can draw another card with the Spirited Companion. You can find yourself another basic planes with the Ambitious Farmhand. You can destroy another artifact or enchantment with Loran. So amazing. But it doesn't end there. We've also got a sneaky one of Sanctuary Warden, which also has a fantastic ETB trigger. When it ETBs, it enters the battlefield with 2 shield counters on it. You can remove a counter from either a creature or planeswalker control. If you do, draw a card and create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. So plenty of cool things that we can be blinking with the Wanderer. And I think we are only just beginning to scratch the surface of what is possible with this. I can already imagine some kind of like maybe Esper, maybe Orzhov blink deck with the prototype creatures. So, you know, just blink your Flesh Gorger, comes back, you know, unprototyped. Blink your Steel Seraph, it comes back unprototyped, so on and so forth. And, you know, you'd probably be running it alongside things like Planar Incision and the 3-mana channel enchantment with channeling, the Spirited something. I think I can never remember the name of that one because I don't play it often, but there's probably another brew that can focus more specifically around this cards +1 and the prototype cards, which I'm really looking forward to trying. But for now, we're going to be using mostly the Circuit Mender, and that has been in testing. Like, I'm sitting on 7 and 2 or something with the deck in all Mythic games. 7 versions of the deck. I've been tinkering and tweaking at it all afternoon, and you know, the benefits of the Mender just don't end there. The amount of mono red that is in Mythic right now, guys, and I'm sure you're having the same experience in Platinum and Diamond as well. There is just so much mono red aggro, and, you know, I take a bit of the blame for that. My video and posts about, sorry, not my video, but my posts about getting there. I mean, I personally also used mono red in an incredible run to get into Mythic just a couple of days ago, and I was very vocal about it all over social media. So I'm definitely part of the problem. It's everywhere, and you'd think to yourself, like, how can you even stand a chance against mono red in a mono white mid-range deck with only 21 lands and no sweepers? Trust me, I think my win rate against mono red, I'll have to double check for you guys on my untap. Let me just do so quickly. Bear with me one moment. So sitting on 47%, 67% rate, 14 out of 7 matches, and my win rate against red is, goodness, I can't freaking. Okay, I've got too many different versions of the deck. I can't give you a proper number, but it's going well, and the Circuit Mender is the main reason for that, because of the life gain. You just putting another creature on the battlefield that they have to waste their lightning strikes on instead of sending them to your face. It can block quite nicely. When it does die, you draw a card. Even if they, you know, kill it while they have their Kumano Faces Kakazan in play, it gets exiled. You still draw the card, and that 2 life gain is just keeps you alive long enough that then you can finally get to your end game and top end, and just you could just completely go over the top. Other new cards are full playset of Ossification. I really like it because it's 2 mana, which means you can also discard it to the Restoration of Eiganjo's Chapter 2 and just get like a free freaking exile of an enchant of a creature or planeswalker. Just amazing. Then we've got a full playset of Fateful Absence. And the reason why we can play 21 lands in a deck which has a very high curve of 3.2 is because, well, it's not very high, but I mean, you can see, yeah, there's lots of very expensive cards. You definitely usually be playing like 25 to 26 lands in a deck like this. But because of the full playset of the Restoration of Eiganjo and the full playset of Ambitious Farmhand, both which search a library for a basic plains cards and put into hand, it has not been a problem at all. Other card that's kind of a debut on the channel is Loran. I never played Loran. It's not the kind of card that usually tickles my fancy, but it just makes absolutely perfect sense in the current meta. Like, there's so many artifacts and enchantments that are like must removes. And then it also can draw you some cards. Yes, it's a symmetrical effect. The opponent also gets to draw a card. Fine, no problem. Like, I honestly don't care. It's destroying an enchantment for me. It's got vigilance, so can't be wandering Emperor, and then it just draws you cards, and you can blink it with the Eternal Wanderer. You can bring it back from the graveyard with the Serra Paragon. So many cool things about Loran. Slowly but surely, I'm warming up to this card. It's actually not too bad. Other 4-drop alongside the Paragon is 3 copies of the Wandering Emperor, because most busted card ever. But other sneaky new addition is a sneaky one of Elesh Norn, the Mother of Machines. I initially was toying with 2 copies, 3 copies, trying to go a little bit more all in on the Elesh Norn plan, because it doubles your ETB triggers, and as I've previously mentioned, there's many good ones. But it just inevitably kept getting destroyed, like straight away. I just play it and it dies, play it and it dies. So just a one-off. Maybe you end up in those matchups where, like, when you finally slam at the opponent's out of removal, or you're playing an opponent that doesn't run any removal, that can actually deal with it, like mono red, then you've just got this like 7 toughness beast on the battlefield that like just takes over the game, because now you're getting like double triggers on all of your ETB stuff. You know, double Ossification. Ridiculous. Double search for land, double card draw with the companion, double life gain with the Circuit Mender. There's just so many cool like ETB triggers, double Sanctuary Warden triggers. Plenty of good reasons to be running at least a sneaky one of Elesh Norn in a deck like this. And then we've got 2 copies of Elspeth. So the full White Walkers tag team here. Elspeth -3 has so many targets to go for. The +1 is amazing. It ends up being like one of your main sources of life gain, because you can just give a creature lifelink. Often it's going to be the Architect of Restoration, but you can just put it kind of wherever you want. Even just a little soldier guy from the Wanderer, or a samurai from the other Wanderer. There's just like so many good targets for the +1, and then the -7 is just a win con in and of itself. We are running a total of 6 drops, 1 Farewell, 1 Sanctuary Warden, and 3 Eternal Wanderers. The reason why we're not running more Farewells is because the Eternal Wanderer can also just be a kind of sweeper. It is weird, like, if all they have on the battlefield is a, let's say, Shield Dread, right? Worst possible thing they could have on the battlefield. You need them to have 2 things on the battlefield, so you can pick the worst of the 2, because they'll always be left with at least 1 creature. The cool thing is that 1 creature can now, no more than 1 creature can attack the Eternal Wanderer. So sure, they can attack your face, but the Wanderer will still remain after that. And oftentimes you try to set it up in such a way that they have a terrible creature and a good creature. You play the Wanderer, you force them to keep the terrible one, and you've still got something else, and you can win the game, pretty shortly after. This card is so broken. I've been absolutely loving playing with it. Like I said, 14 for 7, over like 7 different versions, but now this latest iteration that I feel is like perfect. The win rates are anyway, like I said, my Untapped is all over the place because of all the different versions that I made. You're just gonna have to trust me and watch the gameplay. It's a doozy. This is wow, and definitely not stock standard. Like Mono White Midrange has been destroying events, and it's one of the better decks in the format right now. Up there, definitely in the top tier alongside Grixis Midrange and things. People are winning events with this on MTG Online, etc. But it's definitely not typical. You won't find these numbers or these specific, like most of them will be running like 3 or 4 depopulates, more farewells, less walkers, no Circuit Mender. I've definitely made some BrewLabifications that I think makes this very unique. And the cool thing is it being white, and the fact that I went down that path on my mastery pass means we also get to have the Elesh Norn sleeves, the Elesh Norn avatar, and the cool little Elesh Norn looking pet thing. I'm super happy with this one. My Godzilla planes are lock and loaded. We got also 2 Eiganjos, and like I earlier mentioned, we've got a full playset of the Roadside Reliquary for some card draw. So we're drawing cards with the Reliquary, we're drawing cards with the Mender when it dies, we're drawing cards with the Spirited Companion, we've got card advantage off of the -3 from Elspeth, as well as the Sanctuary Warden's ETB, and Loran's tap ability. I mean, we're drawing cards. Don't worry, we don't need the Bankbuster. So, that's the deck, Eternal Mender. Let's jump into some games and see how it performs in middling upper Mythic. I did tank my rank quite significantly, testing all sorts of jank earlier this afternoon, but I'm steadily climbing again, sitting around like 700 or something like that, last I checked. How are we doing? What? Okay, 900. Wow, the decay of rank is already so gnarly. Okay, that's a terrible hand. Definitely gonna mulligan that. All these little chump blockers. Ooh, Jund, huh? Jund, or is it going to be the, like, obliterator fight spells thing? Interesting. More ramp, but bricking, which is good. I'm okay with that. Does he have a cut down? Okay, yeah, it looks like it's definitely that deck. You know the one I mean. Now the cut down. Now we can discard the companion and have it enter the battlefield. We've got enough mana. I think instead of playing another restoration, let's put a body on the board. There's the cut down. I had a feeling. I love when it lines up like this, because now we get the Architect. Oh no. Does he have the fight spell in hand? Just what I needed. Bye-bye. Now we're looking good, because we can Wanderer and just have, you know, pick maybe the Lana or Loam Speaker or whatever and keep our Architect. He may have Terra Sunder, cool. But now he's got no green. Okay, no, he's got green via these guys. But no fight spell by the looks of things, or he would have used it. You can tap the... Huh? -4.
Make the most of the little time I have.
He may have the instant speed one, tail swipe or whatever.
Make room.
He does not. Yay! Groovy. I think we got him. Now we can start gaining some life with Elspeth. You know, play the Elspeth, +1. Ooh. Definitely need to exile you.
Show him what you got.
Also, the more permanence we get on the board, the better. Because then we have more stuff to sacrifice in case he manages to line up another Obliterator turn. But I think we got him. Thank God. Whew. Nice. Nice. Getting around the Obliterator with ease. Very nice. Very, very nice game one. What I crave to do for tonight, just to like really feel like I've done the thing with the deck in its entirety, is to have all 3 White Walkers on the board. On to the next one. We didn't get to see a single copy of the Mender though, which is kind of the main new tech, so let's see if we can't get that going for game number 2. Cheers. Darth Natter, number 201. I would prefer to see a 3rd land or the other guy, oh, here we go. Okay, cool. Okay. Do life. This is kind of the main deck that like I need to be able to beat, and it's the whole reason why I was even talking about the Mr. Felden over here. Okay, there's your 1 lightning strike now, burnt. We got 2 Fateful Absences. I hope we get another land. No such luck. So we need to go for the restoration, because however, if he hits us with Mr. Okay. I was worried about. This is, you know, not going so well, unfortunately. I was gonna say before, Thundering Raiju. Now we got blockers next turn, but we're on 3. Like he just needs to. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Wandering Emperor, great. Just great. I probably should have. Because if he has the lightning strike now, we're just dead. Okay.
Overconfident. You're just underwhelming.
Nah, we're still dead. What a cheeky bugger, man. What an ass.
I am
Right, we
almost
just
sad
did.
to see you go.
Mono red, doing it again. They always have it. They always have it. Okay, that's my second loss out of 5 matches against mono red with the deck. Got a little bit unlucky there. But still, I think you get an idea of where we're going. Like, what we're trying, how we can hold up. I was thinking of trying to get like a little bit more life gain in the deck than what we already have. Namely by playing the Escape Specialist, or what's the name? It's like a 3-mana 3/2 lifelink that brings back something from the graveyard. Escape Specialist? Something like that. Okay, we got the Farmhand. So now we can go to our 3rd land, and then we're off to the races. This is looking way better than the previous hand. Mono red again. Ah, black. Nice. Black is much easier. Cut down. Woo! Fine. No problem. Hello. Norn, mommy. Okay, I think we can just... Yeah, we can take a bit of damage. It's okay. Can save that Ossification for something a little bit juicier than an evolved sleeper. Really? Now we're cooking on the mana. It's probably gonna be... Oh wow, the poor guy's bricking like crazy! Bye-bye. Off you go. Honestly, the only deck that's been giving me, like, some problems is mono red. If I don't get enough Circuit Menders and I can't, like, just gain that... And they, you know, they always have the freaking Lightning Strike in their hand when you know... Always. They... should just say... I mean, I went on such a tear with mono red that, like... I shouldn't be shit-talking anybody, like... who's doing the same. It's insane how strong that deck is, and you always just seem to have the answer. Like, it feels so good right now. Another great hand though, and we get to check out the Paragon here. Aha! Is it a mirror? No, definitely not a mirror. It's probably gonna be either Selesnya or like mono white aggro with the new Phyrexian Vindicator. I worry about the other dude. What's his name? The 3 mana. What's his name? Anointed Peacekeeper. Ooh, Adeline. Hello. Badonk. There he is. Okay, so now we need to use the Wanderer, really. Unfortunately... Okay, 2 Vindicators, man, sure. We need more, It's another 10 damage. Double Vindicator in your top 10. Sure, bro. Hey, thanks for the life. That makes me feel a lot better.
Now, and we all leave with our lives. My blade has no equal.
Bye-bye. Are you kidding me, mate? You actually have just got to be kidding me, man. Fortunately, we're doing okay.
Win.
Now he gets the Vindicator back. We can just keep exiling it.
I'll handle this one.
Let's draw a card. Cool. Oh, there it is. Ossification is going to be amazing. Now we can Eiganjo the Paragon if we want. And then use the Ossification on the Vindicator that's going to come back. However, he's probably running his own. Cool match, man. I'm so happy we got rid of 2 of those asses. Okay, now we can't use the Eiganjo. Oh, he goes face. He goes face. Instead of... Oh, that's so cool. A donk. We got a second Ossification. Oh, life is so good. Let's draw another card. Off of the Mender. Oh, I haven't got the life gain. Okay. Whew.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
Yes. Got round 3 Vindicators, baby. I had so much fun in that match. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. We are doing okay for time, but these matches do take a little longer than my usual, more like aggro type style. So we probably have about 1, maybe 2 left in the tank. So let's jump right into it without wasting any time. Also, quick poll for those of this is going to be my way of testing how many of you actually watch these all the way to the end. Should I do some events? Like, would you be interested in watching me like play events? Don't have any of my like... Ooh, maintenance. You know, they're a bit longer to watch. Probably just gonna Fateful Absence this duelist. Block the one with Toxic 2, of course. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Ossification, please. Yeah, not looking good at all. I think we're dead. Yeah, we did. Woo. This deck gives me so much trouble, like all the time. Even with mono red, like even my incredible run with mono red, 75% win rate. Like most of the defeats were off of Selesnya Toxic. It's toxic. It's toxic AF. Like, I don't like it. I don't like playing it. I don't like playing against it. It's really just meh. Although, Sultai one and the Golgari one, like, but the Selesnya one just... Really not my cup of tea. Pity, though. I was really hoping to go for a little bit more of a win streak on camera, but... I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. I like that Wanderer. Sorry, the Wanderers, but I like the fact that we just need one more land to get to this, and that we've got something to sort of like get us there in the interim. Let's see if it's mono red. At least we're on the play. Black. Oh no, it's gonna be Rakdos. Loran's gonna be great here. Cut down, no? Yes. So Jund Reanimator using the Bat of Rebirth. Seems cool.
Let's see what this Hex Gold can do. Your story's not finished yet.
Let's Wandering Emperor his Wormlet. Farewell looking great right about now. One Wormlet down. Will not trigger the bat because it's exile.
Then guide. This is what you get for hurting my people.
Ready for round 2.
Just make another soldier.
Try not to let your blade do the talking.
Let your blade do the talking. Niobium. Okay, Tyvar down. Mills another Fable, that's nice. Okay, we have the backup.
This'll be quick.
Okay, that's bad. Now we need to get to this farewell, like, ASAP. He needs 4 oil counters on there. If that's really the only way you're planning on reanimating things, good luck. Need one more land and we're good. I think just Tyvar, hey.
I really thought I was going to win that one.
He's got the 5 mana for a Cruelty of Gigs. Come on, land.
Clean up this town. This is my city, and I'm going to protect it.
Land. Yes. Needs to get to 4. I hope it's not Cruelty of Gigs. Okay, he's just going for the Vat of Rebirth reanimation plan. I like this idea. Very nice. Loran, putting in some work. Okay, so we can exile artifacts and graveyards. Oopsies!
I know there's a hero inside you.
If these were only artifacts, I think that's a bit of a fail boat on Wizard's behalf. Poor guy seems to be bricking just a tiny bit, but he has, you know, he did burn his. He's got a dude. Mana rock, a mana dork, as they're called.
This is your fight. Win it.
Do we need to play the Wanderer now? I mean, sure, why not? We still got leftovers for...
I'll fight for the entire multiverse. I'll finish this here and now.
Nothing I really care about, honestly. Let's play out another blocker, really. Just in case. Whatevs. I want to try and get to the -7 on the Elspeth, if at all possible. Harvester. This card's pretty cool though. I'm not gonna lie, like that is a sweet ass card.
You're coming with me.
Let's give this thing lifelink as well.
Show him what you got.
And then if I play the Mender, that'll allow me to turn on the Coven of the Farmhand. And we still have enough mana for a Ossification on the Blood Tithe Harvester. I think he'll just scoop it up at this point. Boop-a-doop. I guess we could be worrying about him using the blood token to discard a big old thing. There it is, the big old thing. And then he can just reanimate it with the bat. We've got plenty of solutions for this Traxa, no worries. Honestly, I'm not worried at all. He doesn't even have the haste giving thing, and even if he did, we've got a Spirited Companion with a shield counter on it, so... Bring it! Bring it on! Cruelty, another vat. And just +1 the Eternal Wanderer. Ad infinitum. Another vat. And nothing you can really use that cut down on. Hey. Awesome to use the cruelty.
Have a nice trip.
I know there's a hero inside you.
Also, we can draw cards now with the Reliquary. If we need to, because we've got both an artifact and we're just casual 43 life. bring back the Atraxa. Go for it. Before we can do anything, we go. Let's bring in gain life. Sure, bro. Okay, he's not putting a shield counter on it, so I'm gonna actually use the mana instead of Fateful Absencing the Titan now. I'm gonna draw some cards with the Reliquary first, and then Fateful Absence the Titan and next turn and win the game. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't think really you'd like. Sure, man. Whatevs. We've got 2 Fateful Absence. Also, we can just give another thing flying. Whatever. We win the game regardless. Or even better. Bye!
Show him what you got.
Double flying.
I'll handle this one.
Oh wait, I'm not done yet, bro. Don't you worry. You still haven't conceded, huh? Oh, that felt so good. Oh, that felt so good. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Mono White Midrange. New version. Featuring a full playset of the Circuit Mender. Absolutely loving the brew. Please, take it for a spin. Take it from your brewmaster in chief. That is my recommendation. If you're into this type of a deck and you're sick and tired of just playing mono red and like mono white midrange is a huge force to be reckoned with in best of 3, but in best of 1, it's not even showing up on Untapped, but you just saw like how many games I won in Mythic, Upper Mythic. I highly recommend it, and this spin on it with no sweepers, and just relying on like a total of 16 2-drops to chump block and things, and the life gain from the... Again, I'm just repeating myself at this point. You all saw how fantastic it runs. I just love the fact that you can play such a top-heavy deck with only 21 lands because of the Restoration and the Ambitious Farmhand. It's just phenomenal. And these 3 Planeswalkers work so well together. I have nothing else to add. The only thing that I would have liked to see more of is an Elesh Norn in play and trying to get some double ETB triggers. But it's a spicy one-of, and spicy one-ofs don't always make an appearance. But we did get to see Serra Paragon in play. We did get to see the Sanctuary Warden in play. You know, spicy one-ofs are there because of that. They add some spice. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. No edits need to be made further. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all probably tomorrow, if not the following day. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.